It was great. I already know some of the guys, some of the coaches. Unfortunately, I can't play tonight. I'm excited to get on the floor with these guys, though. But it was a great shoot around. When did I get to Dallas? It's nothing. Obviously, it was shocking just because I didn't know. But
Anthony Davis was born on March 11, 1993, on the south side of Chicago, Illinois, a place known as much for its toughness as for its tradition of producing basketball talent. Raised in a close-knit family, Davis was the quiet, observant kid in a modest household led by parents Anthony Sr. and Erainer. His father stood at 6 feet 3 inches, his mother even taller at 6 feet 1 inch, so Davis's eventual growth spurt surprised no one. Still, no one could have predicted just how tall his career would eventually reach. In the shadows of crime, poverty, and hope, Davis found sanctuary on the hardwood. His early years were spent in relative anonymity, playing for Perspectives Charter School, a small institution with no national sports recognition and barely enough gym space to host a real game. For much of his childhood, Davis wasn't considered a basketball prodigy. He was tall and wiry, sure, but unpolished and underscouted. His early high school career flew under the radar, mainly because Perspectives didn't compete in high-profile tournaments. But that all changed between his sophomore and junior year. Davis underwent a surreal growth spurt, sprouting from 6 feet 2 inches to 6 feet 10 inches in just over 18 months. Suddenly, the overlooked guard with solid ball handling and passing instincts had the body of a center. What emerged was a hybrid, the kind of player who could block shots like a traditional big man and glide down the court like a wing. The basketball world quickly took notice. By his senior year, Davis was the #1 recruit in the country. College programs across the nation flooded his mailbox with offers, but he ultimately chose the University of Kentucky, joining John Calipari's powerhouse roster. There, Davis was no longer a secret. He became a centerpiece. In his one and only college season, 2011 to 2012, Davis dominated both ends of the floor, averaging 14.2 points, 10.4 rebounds, and a staggering 4.7 blocks per game. More than just a stat sheet stuffer, he was a game changer, erasing shots, running the break, and impacting every inch of the court. Kentucky rode his dominance all the way to the NCAA championship, where Davis was named the tournament's most outstanding player despite scoring just 6 points in the title game. His defense was that overpowering. The New Orleans Hornets selected Davis first overall in the 2012 NBA draft. With it came sky-high expectations, not just for his skill, but for what he represented, the future. The NBA was entering a new era where versatility reigned, and Davis, with his unique blend of length, mobility, and IQ, fit the mold perfectly. His rookie season was a promising start, but it was the years that followed that turned him from prospect to phenom. Davis rapidly became one of the league's most dominant big men. He posted monstrous stat lines, 20 points, 10 rebounds, 2.5 blocks, and seemed to grow more confident with each passing game. By his third season, he was an all-star starter, and by his fourth, he was making All-NBA and All-Defensive teams. He had arrived. Yet despite his individual brilliance, team success eluded Davis in New Orleans. Injuries plagued the roster, coaching changes unsettled the foundation, and playoff appearances were few and far between. Davis remained loyal and committed, but by 2019, it was clear he needed a new stage. He requested a trade, an unpopular move in small market circles, but a necessary one for a player in pursuit of greatness. After a lengthy saga and public back and forth, Davis was traded to the Los Angeles Lakers to join forces with LeBron James. It was the pairing of a generation, the seasoned king and the ascending prince. Their first season together was storybook. Davis embraced the bright lights of LA with grace and intensity. He averaged 26.1 points and 9.3 rebounds, anchoring a defense that became the best in the league. The 2020 playoffs, held in the NBA's COVID-19 bubble, saw Davis elevate his game even further. He hit a buzzer beater to beat the Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals and was a dominant two-way force in the finals against the Miami Heat. The Lakers won the championship, and Davis earned his first ring, validating every sacrifice, trade, and decision along the way. But the path to sustained success is rarely smooth. In the seasons that followed, Davis struggled with injuries, ankles, knees, groins. Each time he showed flashes of his elite form, physical setbacks pulled him away again. Critics questioned his durability. Fans questioned his fire. Through it all, Davis remained committed to evolving his game. He bulked up, altered his off-season regimen, and embraced a more physical playing style. While his availability became a frequent talking point, no one could doubt his impact when healthy. Few players in NBA history have combined shot blocking, perimeter skill, rebounding, and court vision the way Davis does. Off the court, Davis is a study in subtle stardom. He doesn't seek the limelight like some of his peers. He doesn't fill tabloids or start controversies. Instead, he prefers video games, family time, and the occasional round of golf. He married his longtime partner Marlon P. in a private ceremony and is a devoted father. He also gives back quietly, through his AD's Flight Academy, a youth basketball initiative in Chicago, and contributions to underserved communities across the country. His estimated net worth as of 2025 is around $130 million, bolstered by his NBA earnings, endorsements with Nike and Ruffles, and several smart investments. In terms of personality, Davis is laid back but sharp. His interviews are measured, his humor dry. Teammates praise his humility. Coaches admire his willingness to listen. While he may not always wear the crown of vocal leadership, he leads through presence, through defensive stops, clutch shots, and effort plays that don't always show up in the box score. His relationship with LeBron James has been key, not just on the court, but in shaping Davis's understanding of longevity, legacy, and leadership. Now entering his 30s, Davis finds himself at a crossroads that many great athletes encounter: how to maintain peak performance while preserving the body. He's shifted toward playing more center, embracing physical matchups and prioritizing defensive dominance. He's added post moves, improved his passing, and focused on expanding his range, all in an effort to stay relevant in a league that never stops evolving. The Lakers, meanwhile, continue to build around his unique abilities, knowing that when he's healthy, they are title contenders. What makes Anthony Davis so compelling isn't just his talent, it's his duality. He's the superstar who prefers solitude, the defensive savant who can score 40, the streetball kid from Chicago who now mans the paint in Hollywood. He blends flash with function, instinct with intellect. And while injuries have created moments of doubt, his performances always serve as a reminder: there's no one else quite like him. In a league filled with voices, Davis speaks through action. His legacy may ultimately be defined not just by how many championships he wins or how many All-Star games he plays in, but by how he adapts, endures, and elevates everyone around him. Already, he's left his mark, as a champion, an Olympian, an icon in the making. And yet, there's a sense his best chapter is still unwritten. From those overlooked days at Perspective's Charter to the rafters of the Staples Center, Anthony Davis has never followed a traditional path. But with each block, each fadeaway, each gritty performance, he writes a story that's all his own, one built not just on talent, but on timing, resilience, and belief. As the NBA enters a new era, Davis remains one of its most complex, compelling, and complete figures. A force, a fixture, a future Hall of Famer, still carving his masterpiece. That's all we had for you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.